This building probably needs no introduction. You're going through security, the first thing you do is stop at the visitor center and you have to get a pass. So they just seem to hand them out to anybody who walks in. Ronald Reagan, Eisenhower as a general, Andrew Jackson, Hamilton, George. The weight of the dome and the rest of the building above it is on these 40 pillars. This is the original statue that appears on the dome. From this, a cast was made on the outside of it. And then the statue that ended up on the dome then was made from that cast. And that should be the United States Supreme Court building. George's monument with all the flags flying makes a pretty picture, but it's undergoing extensive renovation on the outside. Got some veterans here today. Each state and territory has a wreath. And the Lincoln Memorial. And right next to the statues etched into the wall. Out of the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. It's a very imposing memorial, especially with the look on his face. Listening to a fireside chat. Waiting at a bread line. And the poor of our nation. It's very extensive in size memorial, covering several acres, if not 5 or so. Eleanor Roosevelt, first United States delegate to the United Nations. Today will be the National Museum of American History. The Star-Spangled Banner. No photography. Remember those civil rights sit-ins? This counter was used for that purpose in Greensboro. I believe that's in North Carolina. From the World Trade Center. The American presidency. The chief diplomat. Ceremonial head of state. The commander-in-chief. Chief executive. Party leader. National leader. Manager of the economy. I am not a crook. Ulysses Grant rode in this to his second inauguration. And some gowns of the first ladies. And the official crockery usually picked out by the First Lady.
Because apparently, like,
America on the Move. A streetcar used in Washington. And a tie-up on the interstate. Some of Edison's light bulbs, handmade.
Good, and then we're going to sing the last part together, okay?
Remember the Good Humor truck? Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. And this is Ford's Theater with a new front, I'm sure. Open to the public. Get your tickets across the street. And across the street, the house where Lincoln died, now run by the National Park Service. The Smithsonian Center for American Art and the National Portrait Gallery. We're in the part of the Museum for Folk Art. Thomas Paine. These are times that try men's souls. Thomas Edison. John Brown. William Sherman. Welcome to Mount Vernon, home of George and Martha Washington from 1754 till 1799. Some 8,000 acres and presently operated by the Mount Vernon Ladies Association since 1853. Started as a single-story building. Picture the front door and the two windows on each side. He expanded it upwards and outwards after marrying a well-to-do widow.
When they got it opened. After the revolution, he had one. But that room was important to him. He would have said finish it. Made it wait to pick that room. So folks, it hadn't been painted since the 1800s. For the first time in our history, we're going to see it just the way he was. The oldest part of the Washington. This is the original. If you would visit the Washingtons in the 1700s, you would be invited into this room. And the only downstairs. First floor where you would the Washington Post would come.
On his death, this chamber then was sealed. That was
Archaeology in progress. Student doing all the work.
She told me to go down there and start at 4. And
George's sword. George's sword carried in the French and Indian War.